Christopher Holland.
Overman in Earth X. Oh, I got you. Totally different context. And I'm not showing the audience.
Okay, I'm sorry.
In response to our ignorance, Hunter Iggy says, "Who is Overman in Earth X?"
I don't know. They have James Gunn has come out and claims that Superman is not going to be in this season, but that doesn't mean
Overman.
Exactly. That does not mean.
And I have unconfirmed anonymous sources, because you don't have to do any of that these days, deep inside DC, that it's Henry Cavill Overman.
That would be a fun,
because I'm not going to explain it, my sources, but yeah.
All right, then since that question was related, let's get into it. We'd said from the beginning there obviously is something wrong with this parallel universe that Peacemaker is running away to. And it's funny because I did say this in the beginning. White Dragon is a white supremacist, but all of a sudden he's a good guy because his other son didn't die. We thought maybe there would be some kind of like emotional arc about that. But no, he's still a white supremacist. So obviously those who are DC fans know that the reveal is the alternate universe is Earth X. For those who don't know, Earth X is one of the DC multiverse pre-crisis worlds where the Nazis won World War II and took over the United States, and the superheroes are, for the most part, are evil and they're part of the Nazi regime. So I don't know how many of the details we need to get into the episode. I did the Adrian storyline in this Vigilante, where he goes to his house and his house is the same. My dad's not gay in this universe, which there could be something more behind that, because if it's Nazi rule, we keep saying that the bad guys from World War II rule,
right? Like he could still be gay, but just can't come out as such.
Exactly.
Although in truth, I actually think the Nazis did actually promote male on male. But anywho, either way, that could be. I'm sure they don't expect people to know that. But yeah, I agree. So listen, I'm really settling to the show and enjoying it, actually. I just wish that the first episode, because if I sit down, hey, watch this cool superhero show or this cool, funny, crude superhero show, and in episode 1, they're getting slow motion orgy. But since then, we've been pretty reasonable with everything, and I like it so far. I like the writing. I like the idea that, to me, Adrian Vigilante, he is my favorite character of the show.
He's a Nexus being.
Okay, definitely can't disprove that.
He's in both universes. He's the same person. With what the difference is, he's not friends with Peacemaker, because Peacemaker is evil in this universe, but he's a good guy. He's a nerd. He likes the same things, has the same feelings about things. It was just like,
as many drugs, though, it seems.
Yeah, but that
either way, I agree. No, everything's the same about him,
and
hence why, because Peacemaker and the top trio, they're into the Nazi shit, and yeah, that is great about the character of Adrian, is that even in this reality, he's like, oh, fuck that, I'm his enemy. I'm against everything he stands for. Adrian's still in a world where it'd be easier for him to just go with it, fighting for those being oppressed, which you got to respect. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's the MVP for sure.
Good.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of X. I'm glad that you, and I've seen stuff online. I'm glad that you clarified that, because I don't know that much about DC. I don't consider myself, and I've never heard of Earth X in DC before.
Okay.
But one of my favorite graphic novels, because the artist is Alex Ross, is Earth X for the Marvel. It's Earth X and there's Universe X. So I've been a little bit confused when I've seen people like, oh yeah, this is Earth X. Like, well, that's Marvel. But yes, so appreciate the clarification.
And you were right. Let's start off with, you were 100% right. The episode starts off, they're in a diner eating after they have fought a giant kaiju, and you didn't get to see it at all. Did that upset you a little bit?
I was over it. Yeah, it does upset me, but I'm over it. This show is oddly a tad cerebral, which I enjoy. It's overall, though, mostly a comedy. And I think they do a good job of getting cerebral. So I was over it.
Okay.
Still would have cool to see, but I'm over it.
Yeah, and then I'm not going to go into all the details, right? Because Adrian decides to go off, find himself, and at first he's going to shoot himself, and then he says, "No, I'm you from another universe," and they headed off. They're thick as thieves, just like that. Where economists and I can't think of her name.
Never think it's ads, right? That's
ads.
abbreviated.
Yeah. It's ads are stuck at the house, the Peacemaker's house, and his brother found Harcourt hiding in his room, and she's, "Oh yeah, I'm here to pick up this." Picked up a snow globe and said, "Okay, we'll take it to the headquarters." And of course, Peacemaker shows up, knows it's not her, and they have the conversation.
What's funny though, that whole thing is actually funny. So before they go through the dimensional door, they're in Adrian's basement, where his mom and shit can't have access, and he has a room of just a bunch of fucking Beanie Babies, which is funny because my wife has a collection of Beanie, not like all out and displayed and shit. Anyway, so that's the door they decide to use for the dimensional rift, which I thought that was hilarious. But anyway, in his basement, he's got millions of dollars, multiple millions of dollars worth of like cocaine, fentanyl, and when they use that dimensional rift thing, it like explodes a little bit. There's a big fucking shockwave.
Yeah.
And so they just all get covered in fucking drugs. And so fast forward to this scene where Harcourt goes to that Argus, and yeah, there's like drug sniffing dogs there that go crazy. She's got a little bit of residue on her, and that's why she gets arrested. But yeah, then Peacemaker gets to interrogate her, and that's where they have this emotional conversation. But anyway, I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And I wanted to mention it before you move past that plot point.
I know, and because I think that was an important plot point. It's silly that they would have a drug sniffing dog standing guard in Argus, but maybe bomb sniffing, but drug sniffing, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, also, I'm sorry, before you go, MVP Adrian, when they ask him, like, why the fuck do you have all this money and drugs and shit? Why don't you just give it to the cops? And he's just, the fucking cops are probably corrupt. So he's keeping all that shit.
And then it was like, why don't you spend the money? Go, it's blood money. You're always saying you're poor.
Yeah.
You've got all this.
And they start shoving it.
In their pockets. Yeah, it's blood money. Don't spend it.
Yeah, that's great. See, that's what I'm talking about. That is top notch. I'll give James Gunn that. Just if you can leave nudity and pornography out of it, that would be great.
So then back in our Earth, we get our first real major cameo. We did get Green Lantern and Hawkgirl in the first episode, but
yeah,
we get James Holt's Lex Luthor. Rick Flag goes to visit him in prison. They asking him if he's got the MacGuffin, the device that's going to allow them to find the multidimensional door, and he's negotiating with them. If you want it, what are you going to give me? And essentially they're going to put him in a lower security prison, but I feel like there was maybe more given to him, that because they cut away and I don't show the end of the conversation, and then when he leaves, the cyborg's there, and it's like, what did you give him? And like he's cagey about what he gave him. So
yeah, they just moved him to another prison, like a less intense prison.
The rumor is that's a setup for Man of Tomorrow. So
I can definitely see that, but I got to tell you, I am confused at this point, because it seems like this timeline that we're talking about right now is the timeline that Superman happened, and I'm Captain Obvious.
Yeah.
So was that this Peacemaker in the Superman movie that they interviewed? I don't know. I was really thinking this was going to be in some sort of alternate dimension, but no, they're really going for it. Yeah, that this Lex Luthor, back to the original question and my retort, I think he's I think it's absolutely true. This is showing him obviously having a connection, obviously exchanging favors with Argus or the American government, whatever you want to say. So that is making it more of a progression to where it's more believable that the next Superman movie, he's going to be working as a hero, pseudo hero. He's working for years and shit off of his multiple life sentences. So hero may not be the most apt label, but just establishing that he's working with the good guys at least. Again, I don't know how I feel about that, because this is Peacemaker slow motion dongs flapping in the wind. If some kids just watching Superman movies, like, it's starting to pull us in where it's getting to where it's, oh, I got to see this sort of territory.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that. I don't know. Since it's not PG-13, it goes hard, almost X. I guess I just disagree with it being as important as it is.
True. I forgot. There's something else that's important to point out. So, a character was referenced in this show who's not part of the DC universe.
Yes, thank you. So the Spider-Man, right? Your boy. Yes. They referenced the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, Adrian's the one Adrian pretends he web shoots the other, and he goes, "Did you just like he even says it? Did you just Spider-Man me?"
Yes.
And they start doing it to each other, and it's wait, what?
No, I thought they say Spider-Man meme. They stay straight. Doesn't matter really.
They said Spider-Man. That's the important.
Yeah, they said exactly. They acknowledge the existence of the Marvel universe in some way, shape, or form within this DC universe, which is a major thing, but is not unprecedented because even in the comics,
yes,
they reference the existence of one another. But that's cool that they're doing it here now in this Marvel has. We'll see if Marvel reciprocates because they did it both ways in the comics. But the Marvel MCU has never referenced any DC characters. So
no,
DC popping the cherry here. The comic universe references.
Is that the proper term?
That's the most improper term that anyone could ever use in that situation. But I'm me, so
this is true. So I do feel like that was a setup for Man of Tomorrow, and it's funny because like James Gunn came out and said Superman's not in it, but yet there have been pictures on social media of Superman hanging out with the cast of Peacemaker, who the only character that was in the Superman movie was John Cena's Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Did they all go to the set when they were filming, or
I'm sure at the very least they're smoke screening.
Yeah, I think you're right. So we'll see. Hopefully, I love that idea. Just bring Cavill in just to do.
Yeah, good, right?
Yeah, just to do Overman. Like that would be cool. That would be,
yeah, man.
Oh man,
the good ideas up here. I'm sorry, not a good idea. I heard it from my unanimous, unverified, unexplained source that is deep within Warner Brothers, the James Gunn and Saffron camp.
There you go.
Camp, apparently.
It's a camp?
I always hear people say this camp, that camp. I'm like, there's a lot of camps. I've been to Washington, D.C. There doesn't seem like a lot of places to camp. I did see a camp under an overpass, but that didn't look like a place you'd want to be. I don't know why I randomly rolled into a troll against Washington, D.C. I will apologize for it, though.
Will you?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. Yeah, it'd be interesting if they also bring in I'm trying to think what the Batman's character is called in Earth X. It doesn't matter. It'd be interesting if they bring in the evil version of Bruce Wayne before they bring him into the DCU proper.
That's my one hesitation with all this. We just kicked off. First of all, if you've listened or watched the show before, you know I'm already on shaky ground with Peacemaker even being continuity in the new DC. But yeah, now with us already getting into multi-dimensional shit, at the start of it, you had a successful launch with Superman, great film, following up with this kooky duke bullshit. I don't know. But with that said, I think it'll work. I just, weird. It's a lot to start off with. But I appreciate that as well. I like that sort of thing. But we do need new people. You need new blood, though. We got to have that or this all goes away.
True.
All right. Soapbox down.
So Ads decides to go for a walk.
Oh, man. Poor Ads.
And as she's walking down the street, all she needs is these people staring at her. And then Peacemaker's brother's driving down. He sees her. He stops his car. He gets out. He points at her and says, "A black." And everyone starts coming out of their house going, "I'll get her." And then they start running after her. And she starts running down the street. And then, of course, they're Hardcore and Peacemaker are walking she's about to leave Argus after they had their heart-to-heart conversation, and she goes, "Don't you think there's anything weird about this universe?" And he's, "What? There's not one person of color. I haven't seen one person of color." And he's like, "Huh?" Because he hadn't noticed. And then he picks up, on the desk, there's a little American flag sitting there. He picks it up, and of course, instead of the field of stars, it's the swastika. And then of course, the heart of this universe comes in and goes, "Arrest, that's not me. Arrest her, that's not me."
Yeah. Boy, I gotta tell you, you wouldn't think so, and what's specific to me, but honestly to see that American flag with the swastika over it. I have a great grandfather that fought in World War II. And unfortunately, it's not a glorious story. It's one where those ramps come down on the boats that take them to the Normandy Beach and Omaha Beach, and they just get riddled with fucking gunfire and die. He's one of those dudes. But nonetheless, just that whole thing, it actually really did suck to even see that, to even bear the thought of such a thing. I don't know. Just
unfortunately, I had seen that image online before I watched the episode, so I knew that was coming. But yeah, no, I agree. Like, it's not something you want to see ever. Oh, and then White Dragon finds Economist in the house and tackles him, stabs his hand, and so pins him down by stabbing his hand to the floor. And he's, "Who are you?" And he spills the whole thing.
Yeah.
Your son.
He's like, "Why am I saying this?" Just paraphrasing. I don't think it was direct.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah. Totally scared. He's, "Oh, your son's not your son. He's actually from another universe. He killed your son."
What I like? You know what I like about Economist? Like, he's not shy about telling people, like, "I'm not into any of this. I'm a fuck up. This is a bad idea." He never at once professes, I'm part of the team. You can count on me."
He's a coward, and he knows it. Yeah. So yeah, and then that's basically how the episode ends. So a lot happens, a little bit of setup for future things. And
where's Judo Master? Which it explains, though, he probably already assessed, oh fuck, I'm in a Nazi America and I'm a little Asian guy. So he's good... Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's a good question.
Yeah, no, I wanted to hear you say that. It's great. I'm on one tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh shit, you can't say that. I'm sorry, you shouldn't say ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway, you're right. Like, maybe he did figure it out right away and he's in hiding somewhere. It's a thing. And knowing how James Gunn writes, if we do not see him before the final episode, that's going to be at the end of the last episode. You're going to see him hiding somewhere on Earth X, and that's how the show is going to end, as a joke cliffhanger thing where he's stuck on Earth X, or he's going to be, when they're trying to escape, he's going to be the guy that jumps out and helps them get away from the Nazis.
To get out of there.
Yeah, because he wants to get out of there. So we'll see. Then again, how would he have gotten into that universe? Because how would he have known John's code to open the door?
You're right. He could be chilling wherever the fuck that is, in between dimension.
We'll call it the DC floor, like the Marvel Void, but nice, gentler. Good place to store your Peacemaker helmets.
Because nobody fucks with anything in that dimension, because
I know
some sort of universal God pact.
So. Before we get to the video and the rest of the news, I put this out in the news, but this is related. So the one thing that came out of this, of course, one of the most popular games out there that all the kiddies are playing, Fortnite, is known to have skins of characters, and they'll have Marvel and DC characters, and there's a Peacemaker skin, and there's an emote that they have where he's doing the dance from the beginning of the show. But now it's come out that was actually a hint that it was Earth X, and because of the way he moves his arms, it could be interpreted as a swastika. And I'm like, can it really? I thought that was a bit of a stretch, but of course they've already disabled that emote in Fortnite because they don't want to get in trouble for anything that could be a hate symbol in their game. I don't know. Do you think that was the right move, or do you think it was a bit of an overreaction?
Oh, it's an overreaction all the live long day, because really the only thing that solidified that as a Nazi reference is the fact that there was a old Donald Duck cartoon from back in the day where he's a Nazi and he does that exact dance. So I absolutely think that him doing that dance could potentially have been like a deep cut preview of the Earth X here.
Yeah.
So listen, I don't blame Fortnite. I get it. I think it's a stretch. I think it's very precautious.
Yeah.
But shit happens. You put beep bop boop on your Twitter and you lose your job.
True.
So I can say, oh, this is fucking crazy all day long. That's the world I live in.
I feel like if it hadn't gone all over social media, people saying, oh, it's a Nazi symbol, no one would have thought anything of it, and that would have been that. But I also find it weird. I'm going to be honest. I find it weird. People at DC knew what they were doing, right? They sit there and they're like, oh, James Gunn's been he's very secretive about the last 3 episodes of the season and blah, blah, blah. But yet he's also the guy that's in charge of everything. So he's involved with licensing. He's involved with them saying they're going to use this in Fortnite. And he's not an idiot. He knows how the world is. He had to have given them some kind of warning. Oh, you might not like, when it's revealed, you guys might not like what that possibly means.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's all for naught, though. It really is all for naught. I may not disagree with the move as a company because you're being super precautious. You can't prove me wrong, so I can claim this. I employ an ultra super secret ninja that is a source of news for me. And he tells me that none of the kids, which is everyone that plays, none of them give 2 shits about any of this. And they couldn't have ever told you this was a not anyway.
Your super secret ninja.
Unanimous ninja. Yep.
Anonymous ninja. Oh my God. Anonymous ninja. That's a superhero character if I've ever heard of one. He's probably right. And he also revealed to me that the makers of Fortnite knew this. And they're just using it as publicity to get more people to talk about, get Fortnite in the news cycle again. Hunter has a question here. He says, do you think GI Robot will show up, or do you see our Peacemaker killing again and the other dad and brother? That's a really good question. There's 2 episodes left, and James Gunn is not one to. He did it in season 1, so I don't see him doing it in season 2, where everything happens in episode 7 and 8's just a wrap up episode. No, like everything went down in the last episode, and there's just a wrap up at the end. So I do think they're going to follow him. Father and the brother are going to follow him, because again, you watch the preview for next week. It does show them making it to the door and running through it real quick. I think they're gonna realize what's going on. He's because that's another thing too. They haven't said if they never referenced the multidimensional door, the father and the brother, but it's in the house, so they have to know it exists. That being said, they see him running through. GI Robot would be cool, but I can't see. Would he exist on Earth X?
I've seen that he is going to be in a live action at some point.
Yeah.
So could be this, because he's a World War II anti-Nazi murder machine.
So, like, it would be cool to bring him in, but at the same time, wouldn't he been dismantled or reprogrammed in this Earth? Or was he destroyed?
Maybe, unless it's something that Adrian has. Because again, his room was dramatically changed in this dimension. So it's definitely something that he could have as being part of the opposition. So, but I totally think that Peacemaker is going to have to kill his father and brother again, because if his character is anything, it's something that he just gets shitted on. It's just straight up. He gets shitted on. It has to do shit like that.
It's funny too, because this is Earth X is like an older thing they've brought back a couple times, but it's not. I don't think it's a real prevalent thing in DC. Like, they've used it a couple times, but like from what I've read up on it to get ready for tonight, like Sons of Liberty is the resistance team in the comics. So when they said Sons of Liberty, like, I think probably everyone should have got it right then and there, because they didn't call them.
See, I didn't. See, thank you for telling me that.
Because I've been thinking about that. Didn't those terrorists who were going to blow up that building and John went in and killed them all? Didn't they say they were Sons of Liberty? Someone said Sons of Liberty. I thought in that
I don't
episode.
remember, but I bet you they did.
So that should have been the biggest hint right then and there. And of course, Adrian says that that's why he joined them because of Peacemaker.
See, I totally didn't, because I don't know nothing about. I don't want to say nothing about DC, but I don't. Yeah, he said Sons of Liberty. I thought, oh, Metal Gear Solid 4, sweet. But it's something in DC.
Yeah, it's the Resistance in that world. Huh. Yeah, I love the idea of Henry Cavill showing up as the evil Superman.
Oh, you brought that back. That's awesome. I'm glad I could get that reference for you. See? My source is Superhero Speak, #1 superhero podcast on the internet.
Yes.
I got ninjas,
anonymous ninjas.
Sources that I'll never have to name because you just don't have to do that shit anymore.
No, you don't.
So, yeah.
No, I have
here.
I have a really good source that says, yes, this is the greatest superhero podcast on the internet. There's
all my kids
better,
say so, and I have multiple.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, I lied. My 16-year-old, he thinks I'm lame, but he's also a teenager. So,
yeah, that's a teenager's job. All right. That is episode 6, Peacemaker. 2 more to go. We're excited to see the end. Let us know in those comments down below. Are you excited to see the finale? And what do you think is going to happen? I'm looking for predictions. I'm curious what people think. Maybe we'll talk about that on the next episode. Thanks for watching this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast. And don't forget to watch us live every Sunday night right here on this channel.
While you're here, hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our great upcoming content.
Speaking of content, don't forget to check out our website, superheroespeak.com, where you can find the podcast, links to our social media, merch, comic reviews, and so much more. That's superheroespeak.com.
Thanks for watching, and don't let your cape be caught in the door. See you next time.